How's everybody doing? It's your boy Durante, and I'm back at it again with another episode of Keep Talking. And boy, do I have a lot to tell you guys today. It's been a long time since I've done a video with you guys. A lot has happened in the world, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Guys, I've been meaning to talk to you guys about the state of the economy now for a while, and man, I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been doing a lot of self-educating. I've been sitting around looking at the news, reading articles. There's a lot going on in the world, guys. This whole China and Taiwan crisis, Russia and Ukraine with the Russians bombing this nuclear power plant. We also have inflation here in the United States, rising to its highest levels. The U.S. government is trying its best to combat it, but it's not doing that well. And also, there's also a issue that no one's really talking about, and that's the pending energy crisis in the UK. A lot of people are not talking about this, but I feel like it's something that should definitely be on the airwaves more. A few weeks ago, Russia cut off its supply of natural gas to about 80% of Europe, and Europe, the continent itself, is pretty high in the hemisphere, and is subject to very brutal winters. It's very reminiscent of Canadian winters. Without natural gas, a lot of these homes in the UK and Europe and stuff use natural gas to heat their homes. So with Russia cutting off all their gas to these guys, it's going to look like a very bleak winter for the European continent. This war in Russia. This war with Russia and Ukraine, it just seems to be dragging on. I believe personally that with the Russians attacking the nuclear power plant, I believe that their goal is to try to bomb Ukraine into submission. I don't know if people are aware, but just like Europe, Russia and Ukraine have very brutal winters. And it's not very feasible for the Russian military, which is already stagnant right now, to fight a war in the wintertime, which would already stretch their supply lines thinner than they already are. Russian President Vladimir Putin has been saber rattling, saying that the Ukrainians have been attacking behind Russian lines, and they have been. But I mean, can you blame them? I mean, Russia invades their country and basically bombs their cities down to rubble, and the Ukrainians just aren't going to sit back there and just take that, So we have that issue going on, and what I believe is that the whole time this fiasco is going on with Russia and Ukraine, I believe that China is sitting back and taking notes, that the United States really will come to somebody's aid, but not in a full capacity. I know that the United States has a article in which they would defend Taiwan in case of Chinese aggression, but me personally, I'm not too sure. And even if the United States does intervene with Taiwan, I do believe that would just further deepen the unstable global, economy that we already have going on right now. If you look at the global markets, with inflation hitting just about every major country in the world, a lot of the smaller countries are falling deep into famine. I just saw an article the other day that Ukraine sent off a ship full of grain to countries in Northern Africa and stuff that are really struggling and like this close to famine. So you can tell that this war going on is definitely has far-reaching implications beyond just the region that it is affecting currently. Here in the United States, I'm pretty sure that sentiment is growing to not intervene with Taiwan. I believe that a lot of people here are still divided amongst political lines. I think that the Democratic Party is kind of doing what the Republicans have done in the years past, which is kind of like provoking the Chinese aggression. I believe that the whole thing with Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan, I'm not sure if that was like a PR stunt or if she was just flexing to the Chinese saying, hey, look, I can be here and you guys can't do anything about it. I believe that is going to have long-reaching effects in the South China Sea. I definitely believe that China is gearing up for war, or at least gearing up for some kind of military incursion on the Taiwan island. They've been sitting back, like I said before, watching how the United States and other countries have reacted to Ukraine. But I believe that the geographical positioning of Taiwan will make it so that getting aid into Taiwan won't be as easy as it is in Ukraine. Japan in all this, in the South China Sea, I believe that Japan's going to play a giant role in whatever China decides to do. I know that Japan is the fourth largest military in the world, and they have one of the largest navies in the world. And I believe that, they can hold off China long enough for the United States to gear up from Guam and Hawaii and its Pacific Fleet to, come over there to Taiwan's defense. However, I believe that if China was serious about attacking Taiwan, it would make more sense for them to attack anything that could slower or hinder their progress into their ultimate goal of taking over Taiwan and bringing them into the Chinese Communist Party. I believe that if they did attack Taiwan, that it would be preceded by airstrikes on Guam, Midway, Japan, possibly even Hawaii, just to cripple the United States' ability to respond to their incursion on Taiwan. Me personally, I think that war with Taiwan and China is inevitable. I believe that within the next 2 to 4 years, we're going to see war break out in that region of the world. And that could spell disaster for a lot of the people in the Asian continent and people in the South China Sea and Australia as well, since the United States has been arming Australia like one of the NATO members. Inflation here in the United States, I believe, is going to take a slight tick down just for a little bit, just because of all of the resources that the president has been pushing into trying to ease the minds of Americans. Just, releasing all that strategic oil, 1 million barrels a day, has only brought gas down, 50 cents, 60 cents. And I believe that once that taps out, that we're going to be in a position where we're going to be worse off than we were originally. The $8 gas, the $9 gas, that's going to come back. And that's going to be nationwide, not just in California. So guys, if you're out there and you are preparing for times like now, you need to be prepared, because as you look around, watch the news, look outside your own window, you can see that America itself is so divided that we are this close to civil unrest. Political extremism, political violence is on an extreme uptick. With everything going on with Donald Trump and the FBI investigation, we can only suspect that the FBI is serious about this. They wouldn't have raided the house of a former United States president if there wasn't some kind of precedent that was being unleashed. I believe that if Donald Trump is convicted or arrested, that it will spark a civil war, because there are Democrats, there are Republicans, but the Republican Party, is basically dominated by Donald Trump. And there's not much else that you can say about that. The Republican Party is run by Donald Trump. That is his party. Everything goes through him. And if I fear that if Donald Trump does get convicted, arrested, or anything of the sort, that it will spark civil war. It will spark civil unrest here in this country. And that's going to spell doom for this country that's already in a pretty bad spot. And that would open up the United States of America to attack from anybody. Whether that be, Russia or Iran, North Korea or China. There's a lot of people in the world, a lot of players around there that would like to see us lose. Guys, the time is now. The time is now more than ever to prepare. You have to prepare now. Make sure you have everything: water, food, protection, Make sure that the people closest to you understand your guidelines, understand how to utilize your equipment. Make sure that you have a way to filter your water, a way to self-sustain, because hard times are coming and they're not going anywhere, guys. Not going anywhere. 2020 was just the beginning. We're going downhill from here. And the more prepared you are, the better you can isolate yourself from these incidents that are going to happen. With that being said, guys, keep talking. Carter out.